in example 19, we again need to set each of these equal to each other and then solve for the quadratic equation. So I'm going to set negative x squared minus 4x minus 3. We are going to equal it to 3x plus 7. So we solve to get everything on one side with the x squared. All right, so I'm going to minus 3x. Since there's another x term, I get to move it right there. Now I need to minus 7 to get rid of that. So we're going to minus 7 right there. So over here we get 0. And that's fundamental for solving quadratics. So now we combine our two lines right here. We clean it up. We get negative x squared. Negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7x. And negative 3 minus 7 is negative 10. Now we have a pesky negative 1 in front of our x squared term, but we know to just divide it out and factor it out, so we can then factor the quadratic on the inside. So we're going to have negative 1, and then we're going to have x, because that becomes positive. This becomes positive 7x, and this becomes positive 10, and that equals 0. All right, so now we factor the inside part. We can factor this. So we're going to take 10 and we're going to factor it. Let's find the factors of 10. The factors of 10 are 1 and 10 and 2 and 5. They both need to be positive. Okay, they need to be the same and positive. All right, so positive 1, positive 10, positive 2, positive 5. And which ones, when I combine them, are going to give me 7? Well, 1 plus 10 is 11, so that's out. 2 plus 5, that's 7, so that works. So we refactor it again. So we get x plus 2 and x plus 5 equals 0. Now we're going to apply the 0 property. We're going to set each of these factors equal to 0. So we get x plus 2 equals 0 and x plus 5 equals 0. All right, we minus 2, so x equals negative 2. I minus 5, so x equals negative 5. We have half the problem done now. We know that my x values are negative 2 and negative 5 for my points. So now we're going to plug them in. All right, we're going to plug them in, and we are going to solve. We're going to plug them into g of x and get our value for our y. So g of x equals 3x plus 7. Well, we're going to set the first one for x equal to negative 2. So that is g of negative 2 equals 3 times negative 2 plus 7. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, plus 7 is 1. So g of negative 2 equals 1. There's our first solution point, negative 2, 1. Now we're going to set x equal to negative 5 and plug it in. So we get g of negative 5 equals 3 times negative 5 plus 7. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15, plus 7 becomes negative 8. So g of negative 5 equals negative 8. There's our solution. There are two solutions to that equation, to that system of equations.